Hi guys! Alright, let's just get into it. So, I'm gonna do like a rosy, kind of natural glam look today, and you guys can watch and maybe do your makeup with me. The way the mirror is set up is like kind of far away, so I'm probably gonna be looking like behind you a lot.
So the first product I'm going to be using is the 100% Virgin Coconut Oil Daily Hydration Face Lotion by She Moisture. And I'm just going to spread this out throughout my face. Next, I'm going to take my NYX Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer, and I'm just going to spread this out throughout my face. I also like really patting it into the areas around my cheeks, in the middle of my forehead, and in the center of my chin.
Just clean my beauty blender because I went to go hold it up and I was like, that is disgusting. Like, that is so embarrassing.
I'm using a pink off-brand beauty blender that I got from Target and my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup Foundation. It is cool in the shade C4 Shell Beige. And I'm just going to dot this all over my skin and blend this out.
Asleep in the sun with my hoop earrings on, and I literally got a tan of a circle on my cheek. When I'm doing my foundation, I like to take some of the foundation from my forehead area and use that to like blend into my neck because I feel like my forehead isn't really that much of a problem for me. So now my skin is pretty even. It's still pretty light coverage, but I think it just gives enough coverage so that you look put together.
Next, I'm going to take my Wet n Wild contour stick in the shade Where's Walnut, and I'm just going to draw two thin lines in the hollows of my cheek, put some dots around the side of my head just to add some depth, and on the sides and edges of my forehead and on the top of my forehead. And then I'm just going to bring two lines down the sides of my nose and at the bottom of my nose. And then I'm going to use the beauty blender to just blend all of that out. Sometimes I also like to take the excess product on the beauty blender and dab it underneath my jawline just to kind of add some definition. Next, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium Honey, and I'm just going to dot that underneath my eyes in kind of a triangle in the ways that I want it to be highlighted. I'm also going to create kind of a triangle on my forehead, on my chin, and on the top of my nose, and take my beauty blender and just blend that out. Totally forgot to show you guys, but I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and my Revlon Photoready finishing powder and brush that over my entire face.
Eyebrows are my favorite part. Like, if I'm gonna be late for something, it's because my eyebrows weren't cooperating. If my eyebrows are put together and my face is all messed up, then it's like, the shit in this eyebrows then, you know?
And then for our eyebrows, I'm going to take my Anastasia pencil brush. I believe this was the number 12 or 24. I honestly cannot remember. And then I'm going to take the Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony. The way I like to do my eyebrows is drawing a line throughout the bottom to give it an outline, then adding some volume to my eyebrows and going over the top and adding some shape. And if you guys were interested, I would totally be down to make a video and just kind of give a tutorial on eyebrows. Now I'm just going to take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and I'm just going to put it on an e.l.f. lip pencil, and I'm just going to use that to define the underneath of my eyebrows and give it a better shape. Next, I'm going to use a contour brush from Beauty Basics and my Tarte bronzer in the shade Park Avenue Princess, and I'm just going to use that to bronze up the hollows of my cheekbones and basically everywhere that I apply to contour. Then I just like to use my fluffy brush to kind of blend out my face, make sure there's no harsh lines. Next, I'm going to take my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Blush in the shade Subtle Sable, and I'm going to use my Luxie 514 blush brush to apply my blush to the tops of my cheekbones.
Also, just a tip, sometimes I like to blend my bronzer, whatever contour I use, with my blush, because when you put the blush on, sometimes you can see like a little bit of separation, or it might not blend as easily, but if you mix them together and you just kind of go for that area, you can really blend it out, and so you have like a smooth transition, you know? Now I'm just going to go back to my Tarte Shape Concealer again and use that as a primer and just put that on my eyes and use my Beauty Blender to blend that out. Now I'm going to be dipping into this shade Georgia from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm using my Morphe M441 brush, and I'm just going to spread that all over my eye. On top of that, I'm going to use the same brush to apply Roxy from the Anastasia Subculture palette and apply that into my crease. And just remember, especially when you're applying shadows into your crease, that blending is the key to making sure that your makeup looks smooth and that there are no harsh lines. Now I'm going to go back to the Sweet Peach palette and use my ring finger to apply the shade Bellini all over my eyelid. Using my same Morphe blending brush, I'm going to go back to the Sweet Peach palette and I'm going to dip into the shades Bellini and Puree, and I'm going to use that to blend in my lid shade from my crease shade. Using the same Morphe blending brush, I'm going to dip into the shades Charmed I'm Sure and Bellini, and I'm going to use those to darken and blend out the outer corner of my crease.
Using my middle finger, I'm going to dip into the shade Adorn from the Subculture palette and lightly brush that onto the very tops of my eyelids. Now using a flat eyeshadow brush from the Urban Decay Naked 3 collection, I'm going to dip in the shade Roxy from Anastasia, and I'm just going to blend that out on my lower lid. Alright, wow, that is so blurry. I do not know why I even held that up, but I am using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and I'm just going to use that to line very thinly the tops of my eyelids. Now I'm just going to use my Revlon eyelash curler and just curl my eyelashes really quick before applying my mascara. I know this tube has seen some love, but I'm using my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara and I'm applying a few coats to my top and lower lashes.
To be honest with you, I'm not a lash person. I'm not a huge fan of fake lashes. I'm not a huge fan of going without eyeliner. I don't need mascara. I just don't have big lashes, and that's never really been a thing for me. But I mean, I'm down to, try it out a little. We'll see.
Now I'm going to use my Too Faced highlighter in the shade You Light Up My Life. And I'm going to be using my Sonia Kashuk blending brush, and I'm going to use that to just lightly dust that over the very tops of my cheekbones. I'm also going to use this brush to apply onto my brow bone, the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and the inner corners of my eyes, and a little bit at the bottom on the very tip of my chin. For my lips, I'll be applying my Fenty Beauty lip gloss. The perfume that I'll be wearing today is the Victoria's Secret Rollerball Duo in the shade Victoria's Secret Bombshell. And I'm just going to apply that to my neck, behind my ears, onto my wrist, and my collarbone. And this is the completed look. It's just a very soft rosy glam, and it's perfect for any situation, whether you're just hanging out with a few friends, or you have to go to work, or have a date night. You look very put together and just ready to go.
That completes this look. Let me know what you guys think. I know this is like my first time, so I'm kind of getting used to it, filming, talking to myself, how I want to lay everything out for you guys. I know some videos I want to be talking throughout my tutorial and actually engaging with you guys. Some of my videos will be like this, where I just kind of do my makeup and later throw in some commentary and kind of just walk you through what I'm doing. And I'm also down to have like other kinds of videos where I do videos with my friends, or question and answer videos if you guys want advice, if you guys want tips. I can do skincare things. Also, I have curly hair, so I'm down to make videos and just talk about how I manage my hair. I might film a get to know me video to just kind of give you guys an idea of who I am and where I'm coming from. So just let me know what you guys are interested in watching and I am down to film it for you. I'd also be down to film a few videos in sign language, like maybe a makeup tutorial or just a chat or talking about my experiences. I don't know, I just have a lot of ideas and I'm really excited. So let me know what you guys are interested in watching and I will see you next week.